Welcome to MPUNGWE-PUNGWE YouTube channel. Subscribe for you to enjoy more of our videos anytime we upload.
Honour members, you will recall that on Tuesday, 24th February 2026, the member for Mwanza Central rose in this house to ask a question under Standing Order 69 regarding the status of the Commission of Inquiry into the Chikangawa plane crash. The question sought clarity on the progress of investigation into the tragic incident of 10th June 2024, which claimed lives of the former Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, Right Honorable Dr. Saulos Klaus Chilima, and 8 others. In response to the question, the Honorable Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs delivered a comprehensive statement to this august House. The Minister reported that despite previous inquiries, including those conducted by a commission of inquiry appointed by the former head of state and the German aviation experts, significant gaps and inconsistencies remain, leaving unanswered questions and public trust compromised. The Honorable Minister informed the House that His Excellency the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, has taken note of the concerns. Importantly, the Minister conveyed that the President, acknowledging that this House represents the collective will and neutrality of all Malawians, directed that the National Assembly should conduct a fresh inquiry into the Chikangawa plane crash. After lengthy deliberations by this House on this matter, the First Deputy Speaker, who was in the chair, reserved his ruling on the matter and indicated that this would be done by my office at a later stage. Honourable members, in considering this matter, my office examined the proposals made by this august House and also consulted with the business committee to map the way forward. I will therefore proceed to guide the House based on my consultations and indeed the provisions of the Constitution and our own standing orders. Firstly, Section 89, Clause 1G of the Constitution of the Republic of Malawi gives powers to the President to appoint a commission of inquiry or on any matter. This is clear executive mandate. Furthermore, Section 88(2) obligates the President to provide executive leadership in the interest of national unity by seeking a mechanism that guarantees neutrality and public confidence. The President is acting to unify the nation in pursuit of this truth. However, the President has chosen a path that respects the separation of powers by directing that Parliament should look into this matter. The decision was made considering that this House is neutral and members represent all Malawians. Honourable members, be reminded that this House derives its authority to execute this task from its constitutional mandate to represent the people and oversee the executive. My office is mindful of the different views raised on the floor during discussions on this matter. Some were of the view that Parliament is a rightful institution to conduct this inquiry, whilst others had different views. After thoroughly considering all the views and having made consultations on the same, my office is of the view that Parliament should accept the direction from the President to investigate this matter. This is because under the Constitution, Parliament represents all Malawians and has the legal and rightful structures to investigate the matter. This will be done through the establishment of an ad hoc committee to ensure that Parliament conducts detailed scrutiny and investigation into this matter. Standing Order 152/11 allows the House to appoint an ad hoc committee which is determined by the Assembly on the recommendation of the Business Committee to consider a specific matter such as this one. Having heard the statement from the Honorable Minister of Justice, which constitutes a directive from His Excellency the President, and having considered the relevant constitutional provisions and our standing orders, I wish to guide the House as follows. 1. That the directive is procedurally sound. The President has acted within the powers conferred upon him by Sections 89(1)(g) of the Constitution of the Republic to seek a fresh inquiry. In referring the matter to Parliament, he is upholding the spirit of Section 12(c) of the Constitution, which recognizes the importance of transparency and accountability in governance. 2. The House has the mandate to act. The request for Parliament to establish a commission of inquiry aligns with our constitutional role as the voice of the people. The shortcomings in the previous inquiries, as highlighted by the Minister, necessitate a fresh approach that commands the trust of all stakeholders. Therefore, this House is best placed to provide that neutrality. 3. In this regard, pursuant to Standing Order 152/11, I direct that the matter of fresh inquiry into the Chikangawa plane crash be handled by an ad hoc committee. I wish to guide further that in line with the mentioned standing order, the ad hoc committee should meet forthwith to come up with terms of references and a roadmap detailing how the inquiry will be conducted. The TORs must be broad enough to review all previous findings, address the said gaps and inconsistencies identified by the Honorable Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, and ensure a transparent process that brings closure to this issue. The mandate of this committee will expire after reporting to this august House. The composition of this ad hoc committee. Following my consultations with the Business Committee during a meeting held on Tuesday, 17th March 2026, the Business Committee discussed the proposed membership of the ad hoc committee as provided under Standing Order 156(c)(3). I wish to inform the House that the Business Committee resolved that the ad hoc committee should be composed of 13 members as provided under Standing Order 152/11. These honorable members will be selected proportionally from parties represented in this august House as follows: DPP, 4 members; MCP, 3 members; Independents, 3 members; UTM, 1 member; UDF, 1 member; PP, 1 member. The Business Committee further resolved that members who would be nominated into this ad hoc committee should not include those who have made public pronouncements and strongly made conclusions on the plane crash, or were directly involved in the prior commission of inquiry and may be potential witnesses, to avoid conflict of interest. This will ensure that the inquiry process is neutral, credible, and impartial to protect the integrity of Parliament. The committee, once constituted, will elect its chairperson at its first meeting. The committee will be supported by technical experts drawn from relevant fields, guided by the Business Committee and Parliament Secretariat, to be determined by the Clerk of Parliament. And furthermore, the Business Committee agreed that the ad hoc committee should conclude its work within 90 days for reporting to this august House. The report is expected during the next meeting of Parliament. In addition, the ad hoc committee is expected to provide regular updates to the Business Committee through my office every month in order to track progress of the committee on the inquiry process. Finally, I wish to state that the establishment of this ad hoc committee is not an interference into executive powers, but a testament to the maturity and transparency of our democracy. It reflects the President's confidence in this august House and our collective responsibility to safeguard the national interest. May I now request all party whips to submit names of proposed members from their respective parties to this ad hoc committee to my office before the close of business today. Independent members who wish to be part of this committee should submit their requests to my office for consideration. I so rule. Other members, it is now 11:11. Oh. We will start with the Leader of the House.
Right Honorable Speaker, I rise to confirm that what you have just communicated to the House is indeed what transpired during the Business Committee meeting. I so submit.
Thank you, Leader of the House. MCP Whip.
Right Honorable Speaker, I rise to join the Leader of the House in confirming that what you have communicated to the House is indeed what we discussed and agreed upon in the Business Committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Leader from Whip from MCP. Honorable members, it is now 11:13. We will suspend for health break and we'll be back at 11:43. House suspended.
Welcome to MPUNGWE-PUNGWE YouTube channel. Subscribe for you to enjoy more of our videos anytime we upload.